welcome back to a brand new video, guys. How the hell are you doing? So yes then, welcome back guys to another football prediction video. That is right, Premier League Game Week 2040. In my last prediction video, your boy got 3, that is right guys, 3 correct scores. Wolves versus Southampton 2-1, Leeds versus Man United 2-0, and also Man City versus Villa. Just on predictions alone, that is pretty good for me. 3 correct scores out of 11. I'm pretty goddamn happy with that. Anyway, so yes then guys, it is another Premier League game week. This week it is game week 24. So guys, right video, hit my like button, subscribe not ready. Without further ado, let's get straight in with another football prediction. Let's go. Kicking us off, it's Aston Villa versus Arsenal, guys. That is right, Aston Villa lost 3-1 to Man City at the weekend. Arsenal drew to Brentford 1-0. So yeah, Arsenal guys, Arsenal are dropping a few points. And tonight, unfortunately, I have to film this quite early because obviously this is on the Thursday. So guys, tonight, on the Wednesday night, it is Man City versus Arsenal. And if Man City beat Arsenal, Man City will go top on goal difference. So yeah guys, from 5 points clear, 6 points clear to going only 3 points clear, it is fair to say Arsenal are dropping a few points. Aston Villa have lost 2 games in a row right now. Both of these teams are not on form. So I've got Arsenal guys to beat Aston Villa. That is right, I've got Arsenal to beat Aston Villa 2-1. Next game we have, it is Brentford versus Crystal Palace. That is right guys, Brentford are continuing on a great run in the Premier League this season. They drew to Arsenal 1-0. So what a point. Palace drew to Brighton 1-0. But Palace should have lost. If you watched that match on Match of the Day, you should see the awful error from VAR. And again, that comes to my point of, why is VAR a thing if they can't get something so simple right, guys? Honestly, the Brighton player was so far onside. It's unreal. They had 3 players who were playing him onside. So yeah, VAR guys, VAR again guys, is being questioned by all of us right now. I could say to get that mistake, to get that error wrong, it is completely awful. So yeah, basically Palace got very lucky against Brighton, but it's still a point, you know. Brentford is still in form, and yeah, you know, I love watching Brentford, man. They are like my neutral team that I always keep an eye on during the league matches. Anyway, guys, I've got Brentford to continue on their run. That's right, I've got Brentford to beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Next game we have, guys, it is Brighton versus Fulham. Yes then, guys, Brighton got robbed at the weekend. Just spoke about it, yeah. They should have got all 3 points, but unfortunately they got 1 point. But guys, that puts them in 6th place still. You know what? 6th place, guys, for Brighton. What a season they are having. So yeah, very pleased with Brighton's performances in the past couple of weeks. They are still very, you know, they are still very hard to beat. If they could win, Graham Potter left, I thought they would struggle. But new manager, you know, it looks like they've actually done better. So fair play to Brighton right there. Fulham beat Nottingham Forest 2-0. Again guys, Fulham are having an incredible season. Fulham are on the same points as Brighton with 35 points, and that puts them 7th, guys. That is right, Brighton in 6th and Fulham in 7th. So that is right, so this game guys, this game will determine who goes above that team. So say if Fulham beat Brighton, they'll go above in Brighton on 6th place. So yeah guys, this game is all to play for really. So this could really cement their position in the Europa League spots. But we'll find out how that gets on. But I've got a very boring game for you guys. Prediction right here. I've got Brighton versus Fulham to end as a 1-1 draw, guys. That is right. I just can't see both of these teams getting a win because both teams are so solid at the back and solid team all round. So that's right. So that's why I've got Brighton versus Fulham to end as a 1-1 draw. Next game we have is Chelsea versus Southampton, guys. That is right, Chelsea again drew to West Ham. Yeah guys, Chelsea, man, just don't do it for me. Chelsea just don't do it for me. Buying all these players, it is still having an effect. Good goal by João Felix at the weekend against West Ham, but they still don't look the part, do they, Chelsea? Again, I keep saying this until they start winning, but yeah, Chelsea, man, just don't do it for me. They're playing tonight in the Champions League against Borussia Dortmund. We'll find out how that gets on. But I don't know, Chelsea guys, just don't do it for me this season. They've brought too many players, which means too many big star names in the team to try and impress the managers. When you have all these big players in the team, it's really hard to sort of get them to work together in a short space of time. But anyway, guys, they're against Southampton. Southampton have recently sacked their manager in Nathan Jones. By the way, when he first got appointed as their new manager, I thought, what the hell are they doing, man? So Nathan Jones was a Championship player before they signed him. So buying someone from the Championship to come up to the Premier League, it's just not good enough. So yeah, so Nathan Jones deservedly deserved the sack. So yeah, unfortunately, guys, Southampton are without a manager. So yeah, I think Nathan Jones was a big mistake for Southampton. So we should find out who they get. Apparently Jesse Marsch is in talks, but I've just seen on the news that Jesse Marsch will not be the new manager. So yeah, so I think Jesse Marsch probably turned them down. We shall find out. But just on that alone, I've got Chelsea to actually win this game. That's why I've got Chelsea to beat Southampton 2-0. Next game we have, guys, it is Everton versus Leeds. Everton lost 2-0 against Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, and they looked very poor. I thought that Arsenal win, I thought that would really boost their hopes, but yeah, against Liverpool, guys, they could not string like 3 passes together, and that cost them the game. So yeah, Everton, guys, bouncing back with a loss from the Arsenal game, so not good for them right there. Leeds, on the other hand, lost 2-0 against Man United at the weekend. So yeah, both teams coming away with the loss, and both teams are so close to each other in the relegation fight. This game is such a big game for both teams because Everton are in 18th place, guys, which means they're in the relegation zone. These are in 17th, which means that is only 1 place in it and 1 point in it. So basically, if Everton beat Leeds, Everton will come out of the relegation zone and Leeds will drop right back in it. So yeah, guys, so this game will determine who gets further from the drop or lower in the relegation zone. So if that is right. But just on form alone, I've got both teams, guys, to end as a draw. That is right, I've got this game to end as a 2-2 draw. Next game we have is Nottingham Forest versus Man City. That is right, guys, Nottingham Forest lost to Fulham at the weekend 2-0, and Man City beat Aston Villa 3-1. So yeah, finally, guys, Fulham ended Nottingham Forest's streak, and yeah, they lost 2-0. Man City are playing tonight against Arsenal. So I think, guys, you know what? I think Man City will be a little bit tired. Playing all these games in the week, it is not good. But anyway, guys, Man City have all these players to, you know, sort of change round. You know, Man City are a team that can change all 10 of their players or all 11 players and still have one of the best teams in Europe. So that is right, guys. That is why I've got Man City to beat Nottingham Forest 3-0. Next game we have, guys, it is Wolves versus Bournemouth. Wolves are currently 15th in the Premier League table. You know what? Wolves are looking so much better. With their new manager and obviously new players coming in, they are looking so much better. I told you guys at the start of the season that Wolves will find a way to bounce back because Wolves are far too good to get relegated. And yeah, they beat Southampton 2-1, which, yeah, again, is a great result for them. Bournemouth, guys, are currently sitting 19th. By the way, Bournemouth had an incredible start to the season. They were like 6th or 7th place in the table at one point, but they are dropped to 19th, guys. Unfortunately, they are on 18 points. I think Bournemouth are relegated. I keep saying it every week, but I think Bournemouth right now are currently relegated yet again. Bournemouth are a team that always get promoted, come back down, get promoted, come back down. Bournemouth cannot stay in the Premier League for more than about 1 or 2 seasons. It is incredible. So that is right, guys. Just on that alone, and Wolves' form right now, I've got Wolves to win this game. That is right. I've got Wolves to beat Bournemouth 1-0. Next game we have, guys, is Newcastle versus Liverpool. That is right. Newcastle drew to Bournemouth 1-0, and Liverpool beat Everton 2-0. So yesterday, guys, Newcastle right now are currently sitting in 4th place, but they have drew 4 games, guys. That is right, they have drew 4 games, out of 5. I still back Newcastle to get top 4, but if they keep drawing these matches, I can't see it happening. Liverpool again beat Everton 2-0. Liverpool looked like the Liverpool team we've all been waiting for against Everton, but one game, guys, does not justify their form return. So, just that alone, guys, I've got Newcastle again to beat Liverpool. That is why I've got Newcastle. Last time out, Liverpool beat Newcastle, but this time out, I've got Newcastle to beat Liverpool 2-0. We are down to the last 2 games of this weekend, guys. This next game is a big one. It is Man United versus Leicester. That is right, Man United beat Leeds 2-0 and Leicester. That is right, guys, your boys team Leicester beat Spurs 4-1. What a performance from Leicester, man. What a performance from Leicester. Iheanacho is finally getting the chance he deserves. Iheanacho has always been on the bench for Leicester, and I've always said that he is world class when he gets that time, and right now he is looking that time. So that is right. Maddison is also back, and apparently right now Maddison is in talks today, filming this, in talks with Leicester to sign a new long-term deal. That is right, guys. That is great news. If I was Leicester's chairman right now, I would give him the captain armband, the most money, and give him what he wants. Give Maddison what he wants. That's what I've got to say about that. Give Maddison all he wants. But yeah, guys, anyway, great result for both teams. Man United are 3rd right now in the league, and you know what? Man United are right now currently in the title race. There we go, guys. Man United are right now currently in the title race. But I've got Leicester. I think Leicester will dent their hopes of that title race. That is right, guys. I've got this game to end as a 1-1 draw. Good point for both teams, but more of a better point for Leicester, because Man United need to keep winning these games to have any chance of the title race. So there we go, guys. I've got this game to end as a 1-1 draw. We are down to the last game, guys. This is Tottenham versus West Ham. That is right. Tottenham lost to Leicester 4-1. What a poor performance from Spurs right there. And also they lost yesterday against AC Milan in the Champions League. So yeah, Spurs are so inconsistent. It is unreal. Spurs are very unpredictable. It's crazy. And West Ham drew to Chelsea 1-0. So good point for West Ham right there. West Ham are looking a slight bit better right now. So that is good. So I told you David Moyes will eventually find a place and time to turn West Ham around. But on this game alone, I've got Spurs, guys, to bounce back. That is why I've got Spurs to bounce back in this game and beat West Ham 2-1. So guys, there we go. That is game week 24 complete right there. So let me down below in the comments if you agree with any of my predictions, and let me down below what scores you think are going to be this weekend. That is right, guys. Thank you for watching today's video. I'll see you next week for a brand new video. Thank you for watching, guys. Good. Roll on the Premier League game week 24. Anyway, guys, good night.